Hello, my name is Nani and welcome to my channel where I share with you my top tips on how to look good, feel good, and smell good from the inside out. In today's video, we're talking all about smelling good, and so I wanted to go ahead and do a comparison between basically two really popular fragrances for men, and we're talking about the Dior Sauvage Eau de Toilette, and this is the Acqua Di Gio Profumo Parfum. So we're going to be comparing both of these fragrances, so I'll talk to you guys about the similarities, the differences, and which one I think that you definitely need to have in your collection. So of course, if you guys love fragrance videos and you love talking about smelling good and talking about products in general, make sure that you guys go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so jumping right into it, these are two of the most really popular fragrances, especially when you go to places like Sephora and Ulta. These are pretty much fragrances that are always pretty much selling. And so I wanted to compare the two of them and just share with you guys which one I think you need in your collection essentially. So starting out, I want to share with you guys what the similarities are between them, because they do have quite a few similarities in my opinion. The biggest thing that I would say, the first similarity, is that they are both easy to wear fragrances. So whether you are, pretty much for any man, so whether you're a minimal or you are a fragrance addict, both of these are super easy to wear fragrances, which leads me to my second point, is that both of these are extremely versatile scents. You can wear either one of these fragrances year round. So these are not season specific or like you can only wear during certain times of the day. These are basically year-round fragrances, which I absolutely love. The next similarity amongst the both of these fragrances is that they both have an amazing projection. They do radiate beautifully off of your skin, and they do also have an amazing sillage as well. So you don't have to worry about it being offensive in any way, which is kind of like the luxury of both of these fragrances, is that you can wear them no matter the occasion. And as I mentioned, they project beautifully off of your skin, they radiate beautifully, and they do leave a very nice masculine trail. And then of course, the last kind of similarity is the fact that they were both launched in 2015, and then also the fact that they do have some similar notes. So both of these fragrances have bergamot in it, they have patchouli, and they also have geranium. So just keep that in mind as I'm giving you guys the description of what these fragrances smell like, because they do have similar notes in them as well. So starting out, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Dior Sauvage, but starting out with the specific notes that's in here. So this has bergamot, ambroxan, geranium, pepper, lavender, vetiver, and patchouli. Now, when it comes to this scent, first of all, it smells amazing. This is one of the scents that really just got me into looking for just different scents for my husband, just because this is a beautiful, refined, just amazing scent in my opinion. So in terms of what it smells like, I'm gonna spray it. The sprayer is everything. So in terms of what it smells like, in the opening, you definitely get a very sweet, a burst of like the sweet lavender. You get a little bit of the pepper in the opening as well, which gives it kind of like this masculine type of nature to it. So it doesn't lean feminine at all, even though it does have kind of like this sweet, fruity type of opening. It does smell very peppery. It smells a little bit woody. It smells sweet. It's aromatic. It's very sensual. What I will say is that this is definitely more of a linear scent. The way that it opens is pretty much the way that it finishes off of your skin. So I don't find that this transforms hugely on your skin. So once you actually spray it on your skin, I do find that it pretty much smells the same throughout. So if you're looking for just like a pick it up and go, and the way that it opens is the way that it ends, so you don't have to worry about your scent kind of like transitioning on your skin and it being offensive in any way, then this is definitely a really great fragrance for you to opt for sure. Like I mentioned, it's very sweet. It's peppery, it's woody. There's kind of like this creamy smoothness to it. Again, like I mentioned, once it opens up, you get the lavender sweet, but I find that once you actually spray it on your skin, it goes less from the lavender sweet to more of like the ambroxan sweet. So it gives it a little bit of a creamy type of ambery, vanilla, sticky type of sweetness to it, but not overly sweet to where it's feminine at all. This is definitely a masculine scent because the pepper is a very pungent note, but it's not like a pepper to where you feel like you're gonna sneeze or like headache inducing. It's just a very musky, earthy, aromatic, just very, very fresh, but still very masculine all at the same time. This truly is an intoxicating scent to me, and I love the fact that when it comes to this scent, as I mentioned, it's versatile. You can wear this year round, no matter the occasion. You can handle your business with this, you can go to work with this, you can do a suit and tie with this, you can go on date night with this, you can chill out with this. Like, it is an amazing, intoxicating fragrance. And I love the fact that it's still a very kind of like, I don't know, it has this professional, under the radar type of vibe to it, where it's not like bold in your face, but it's still a very powerful, present scent. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys, but that's pretty much the summary of what this fragrance smells like. In the opening, you get a sweet lavender and pepper note, but then when it actually touches your skin, you get more of the ambroxan, which definitely still keeps it a little bit sweet, but it's more of like an amber, musky, peppery, woody type of sweetness to it. The patchouli is also present in this fragrance, but it's not an overwhelming patchouli. It just keeps it very masculine and just gives it a little bit more of a sensual type of vibe, but you definitely get kind of like that musky, earthy type of nature to the scent for sure. So that's gonna be Dior Sauvage Eau de Toilette. And of course, we're gonna go ahead and switch gears and talk about this Acqua Di Gio Profumo, and this is the Parfum version. So in terms of what this smells like, starting off with the fragrance notes, I'm just gonna read it off to you guys. The fragrance notes in this one is bergamot, C notes, geranium, sage, rosemary, patchouli, and incense. So again, it does have some similar notes as I mentioned to you guys before. In terms of what it smells like, I'm gonna try to spray it, although I still smell the Dior, but whatever. Okay, so in terms of this one, in the opening, you definitely get a fresher type of opening. It's a little bit of a fresher, crisp, airy, a little bit salty type of notes in the opening. Like, you definitely get a little bit of a fresher type of opening for sure. More of like a heavier citrus type of note, and that's more when you spray it in the air, but I do feel like it does transform differently on the skin. Of course, in the opening, you get kind of like that sweet, tangy, fresh, crisp, airy type of opening, but on your skin, it doesn't stay that way. So I will definitely say that this is more of a transformative fragrance. So this basically opens up very kind of like a burst of citrus, but as it kind of lingers on your body, you definitely get different notes in it, which makes it a little bit more of a transformative fragrance, essentially. I feel like when it comes to this scent, it's definitely like fresh, it's crisp, it's aromatic, it's a bit green, it's a little bit smoky, it's a little bit woody, and I feel like that's pretty much the DNA of this fragrance itself. And when it actually is sprayed on your body and the longer that it transforms itself on your skin, I feel like it definitely continues to stay that way. It stays true to its DNA throughout the time that it's on your skin. But I find that it's interesting because it doesn't lean one way more than the other. I feel like no matter when you smell it, whether it's as soon as you spray it or 3-4 hours from the time that you sprayed it, you can kind of tell that it stays very true to its nature. So you continue to get kind of like the fresh elements to it, the woody elements to it, the very kind of like green, smoky type of elements to it. It stays very true to its DNA throughout the time that it's on your skin. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I love the fact that the longer that it lasts on your skin, it's musky, it's earthy, it's woody, it's smoky, it's all these different elements to the scent, but it still keeps its fresh element to it, which makes it really perfect for daytime wear. So in terms of what the differences are, so that's my final thoughts on what this actually smells like. As I mentioned, they're very similar, but in terms of what the differences are between the two, I would definitely say, for one, that this is one that I would recommend more for daytime. I would definitely say that this is a daytime fragrance. No matter where you're going, no matter the time of the year that you're wearing this would be a perfect daytime scent. Again, it transitions beautifully from daytime to nighttime, but I feel like it definitely will shine a lot better in the daytime on your skin. And then when it comes to the Dior Sauvage, I would say that this is more of a nighttime scent. Again, you can wear this to work if you want to, but I do feel like at nighttime, in an event, in a suit and tie type of situation, date night, this is when this fragrance will thrive. There is a professional vibe to this scent, so I feel like it is something that would work beautifully as well during the daytime if you're dressed appropriately, like a suit and tie type of thing. But if you are trying to wear this pretty much as like your signature scent, I would say try to wear this a lot more at nighttime. I feel like it radiates beautifully off of your skin at nighttime because there's a little bit more of a sensual nature to this scent. I feel like the patchouli note in this is one of those where it kind of introduces itself without someone asking, whereas this one is a little bit more under the radar. It's not as heavy in the patchouli, but it's still a very bold and present scent, if that makes sense. So that's gonna be pretty much the biggest differences, especially as far as like the notes that are in it. This is a little bit of a fresher daytime, grab your attention type of scent, a little bit more masculine. And then this one is a little bit more of like a nighttime, still bold and present scent, but still nighttime, a little bit more sensual, a little bit more under the radar. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. As I mentioned in the beginning, they both last beautifully on the skin. They are going to last for hours on the skin. But I will say is that this one stays, I feel like the sillage of this one is a little bit bolder because of the patchouli, honestly. And this one, I feel like the longer that it dries on your skin, you still smell it, but I feel like it does start to sit a little bit closer to the skin. But they do still both last for hours on your skin, especially on your clothes. They're gonna last 8 to 10 hours, if not more than that. So I absolutely love the fact that they're both very long-lasting scents for sure. And then of course, I do feel like the Acqua Di Gio is more of a transformative scent. So I do feel like it does transition. Like when you first spray it, it's a little bit more of a citrus, but then the longer that it lasts on your skin, it gets more woody, a little bit more earthy, a little bit more aromatic. You get a green note to it, you get a little bit of a smokiness to it. So I feel like this one is more of a transformative scent for sure. Whereas Dior Sauvage, what you see is what you get. So if you're looking for like a straightforward scent, then of course Dior Sauvage is definitely the one to go with. But if you are looking for something that's a little bit fresher, but is more of a transformative fragrance, then definitely make sure that you pick this up. Now, in terms of which one I would actually recommend to you guys, and I'm being completely honest, okay? 100% honest, because you guys know I will tell you if it doesn't last, or if it smells bad, or if I don't think that you need to run out and purchase it, I will let you guys know because I don't want you to waste your money. But if I really had to choose which one I feel like you guys need to purchase, honestly, you need the both of them. Like, I really can't choose between the two because they do serve different purposes and they are both really high quality fragrances. The reason that I feel like you do need to have both of them in your collection, because I feel like this: if you are someone that collects fragrances, you probably already have this in your collection and you're still going to purchase others just because you like testing out different scents. But if you're someone that's a little bit more of a minimal and you're just trying to build your collection just to get a couple of fragrances that you can use year round as well as for any occasion, then honestly, just pick both of these fragrances up. And the reason I say that is because these are definitely safer buys. They're blended better, they're more versatile, and they're going to last in your collection for an extremely long time. So I definitely would recommend the both of them. Let me know down below if you guys have both of these, if you guys agree with me. If not, let me know what your other thoughts are on both of these fragrances. Thank you guys so much again for tuning into another video. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give me a big thumbs up and of course subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks once again. I hope you have an awesome day. God willing, I'll see you next time. Bye.